What would you say would be one of your goals that you want to accomplish, for this calendar year?
One of my biggest goals is to get my products licensed. So right now I'm along that journey of getting like my SOPs and everything in order for my lemonades in particular.
I'm one of those people where it's like if I notice like something or someone is like too happy, that makes me like irritated. It's like there has to be a way to break you, and like nothing is perfect. So like
nothing is perfect.
No. Tell me something about what you do that you do not like and why.
I do not like making products.
What? What? What's going on, everybody? Walter Hooper, host of Marketing Minds Meet, owner of WA Hooper Marketing, and I got to tell you, it is a beautiful, sunny day here in summer in the month of July. But I feel like I would be remiss, though, however, to start on somewhat of a downer note. This is more of a personal thing. So as some of you know, I play music on the side, and I play guitar, and I sing as well. But when it comes to the guitar, one of my biggest influences was the guitar player for the great Ozzy Osbourne, who recently has passed. So I rest in peace, Ozzy, the godfather of heavy metal. Thank you for all the wonderful music. Thank you for the legacy that you left, not only with your solo work and your career, which was just absolutely dynamite and just full of amazing songs, but also we wouldn't have heavy metal if we didn't have Black Sabbath. So thank you. Rest in peace, Ozzy. We're gonna miss you, but your legacy and your music lives on forever. So I just want to put that out there. Because like I said, as some of you may know, I play music and I love listening to it. And Ozzy and his first guitar player, Randy Rose, was one of my all-time heroes playing the instrument. So thank you. Rest in peace. Now, with that being said, let's flip it back to why we're here, because we're here to showcase local entrepreneurs, business owners, community figures all throughout the Metro Detroit region. And today, I have someone here with me sitting in the studio right now that I actually had the pleasure of getting to know over the last few weeks. They visited one of my volunteer groups that I'm a part of, and they also visited a networking group right after that volunteer meeting that we were at. And so we just kind of hit it off, and then one thing led to another, and I found out what she did, and I thought it was really cool. And she's a very, very wholesome, sweet individual. And so with that being said, I want to introduce to you the one, the only Shanelle Johnson, owner of Lillian's Health and Wellness.
Yes.
How are you?
Hi, how you doing? Beautiful introduction.
Oh, thank you. Hey, I gotta hype up my guests,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
So Shanelle, for those of you that do not know who you are, and who are you?
Well, my name is Shanelle Lillian Johnson, and like you said, I am the owner and founder of Lillian's Health and Wellness. So I was born and raised, I'll give you a little background spiel. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. My birthday, August 8th, is coming up. Woo woo. I'll be 31 this year.
Wait, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So yes, I have about 4 brothers and a sister, so I have a big family. One of my fun facts is that I have 36 nieces and nephews, so that's a little bit about me. I went to U of M. I got my bachelor's degree there in psychology with a minor in communications.
Go Blue.
Yes, go Blue, right?
National champions.
Yes. And the funny thing, my sister went to Michigan State.
Oh, wow.
So we were a house divided.
It's okay.
Right, like, so sad.
You'll get them next time.
Yes. And then I went to Wayne State for my master's in social work degree. Shortly after that, I became a school social worker. And after about a year, I quit and went full time entrepreneur. So now, with that being said, being the owner of Lilli Ann's Health and Wellness, I make all things sea moss. So I make sea moss lemonade, sea moss gel, shea butter, soaps, really all things sea moss. And sea moss is actually a sea algae that I get directly sourced from St. Lucia, and it has 92 of the 102 minerals that your body needs. So it helps to rid the body of mucus, it helps with heart health, it helps with skincare. That's why I make the shea butter and the face mask and the soaps as well. And it helps with muscle recovery. It helps with so many things because it has so many nutrients in it.
Yeah, so I got a couple things. First and foremost,
Yes.
you mentioned your birthday was August 8th. That was the birthday of not only my dad but also my grandma,
Oh
who
my
has long since been gone, but I was very close with. So I know another Leo.
Yes. Now you have another one here.
Sure do.
Yes. I love
Oh
it.
wow, small world.
Exactly
Small
right.
world, right?
Yes.
So okay, so let's get to your products, and you were talking a little bit about that.
Yes.
And then just your background, just in general, going to going to U of M, and then getting your master's at Wayne, and then deciding that you wanted to go on your own and do your own thing. So what was kind of that aha moment for you that made you realize and go, you know what, I think I want to do this entrepreneur thing?
Honestly, it really got to the point where it was a couple things I feel played a part. So the first thing was I made the decision to really kind of start changing my life when it came to my health, like becoming vegan. So I stopped eating meat. It's going on about 6 years now. So really around this same time, I was having a paradigm shift, is what I like to call it. I was really stressed out working in the schools because I had like 50 kids on my caseload, coming home crying. Like it was just a lot for me to take in, like my first year, like really being in the field. And it was one of those moments where I was like, you know what? I feel like I can really make a bigger difference and be able to live in my purpose in a different way. So I literally told my supervisor, I was like, I'm leaving, and he was so sad. But I said, but I'm going to come back in a different capacity in which I can truly make the difference that I feel I need to make. And even by making that decision, Lilli Ann's hadn't even came about yet. It was just a step. I just really kind of took a leap of faith of like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It was that intuitive feeling, I like to call it. So I stepped out on faith, and after that, COVID came around.
Oh, what a wonderful time that was.
I know, right? It was like, well, honestly, it was kind of in the midst of, it was just like it was in the midst of all of that was kind of in one, because I ended up literally like officially leaving my position because I kind of had to do a closeout and everything of the year. But we were actually in the midst of COVID at that time. But December 2020, what actually pushed me into my business and really being an entrepreneur was my dad got sick. And he got sick with COVID. And at the time, he was 74. And when he went to the hospital because he was having trouble breathing, his oxygen levels were low, and they were trying to put him on a ventilator. And I said, Dad, don't let them put you on it. I'm going to talk and see if we can send you up some sea moss. And I made like an elderberry concoction with some different herbs and stuff. And I sent it up. And by the grace of God, the nurses allowed for us to send it. And he took it. And that night, his oxygen levels rose. And that next day, they monitored him for 24 hours. But he ended up coughing up mucus. And he was like, wow, I'm actually feeling better. And from that point, I literally started Lilli Ann's the next month, January of 2021.
Yeah. All because of sea moss.
Yeah, all because I was taking it myself. It's different when, I had just started incorporating it in mine. So I knew what it was doing, but for it to have react that fast for my dad in that life or death situation I felt, I said, oh, I gotta get this out.
Yeah. So why? What initially for CMOS? Like, what drew you to it? Like, out of because there's so many right now. Like, the health and wellness field is such a
Yeah,
vast
it
thing.
is.
Because like I remember even back like even 10 years ago, people weren't quite as privy to it.
Yeah.
They thought it was just for hippies and
Yep.
all these. Now it's just like it's kind of made its way into everyday life. So
Yes.
what was it about CMOS that kind of attracted you towards that?
Honestly, when I first found out about CMOS, I was looking into Dr. Sebi. So at the time, I was looking at like his alkaline diet. I was looking at, like just healthier ways of eating. And he mentioned in one of the videos, he mentioned CMOS. So I was like, okay. And then one of my good friends at the time, I was trading in the foreign exchange market, and this young lady, her name was Morgan. She was actually selling CMOS during that time too. So I was like, well, let me just try it out then, because Dr. Sebi said something about it. So I ended up getting some from her, and it was history from there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doc.
Right. Right. Thanks. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. So now you have this business that you've been growing, that you've been
Yes.
nurturing. So what right now for you? What's like your biggest? At least because I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're halfway through 2025, which is wild to me. But what would you say would be one of your goals that you want to accomplish, for this calendar year for Lillian's health and wellness?
I would say one of my biggest goals is to get my products licensed. So right now I'm along that journey of getting like my SOPs and everything in order for my lemonades in particular. To work on getting them inside of the larger stores. Definitely want to start with like the neighborhood grocery stores. But the number one goal is to get my products licensed. And then I would say on the service end is to be able to go into the schools with my meditation and breath work curriculum as well, to start working with like elementary up to high school students.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's a pretty good goal to have. I like that.
Yes,
I like it.
right,
I like it.
Yeah.
So to go off of that as well, because this is Marketing Minds Meet, so we do have to. We do talk about that.
Right. Like,
so
gotta
for
talk
you,
about it.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So for you and in your business, where have you seen the biggest successes with your marketing campaign? Has it been with social media? Has it been through email campaigns? Has it been through direct mail? And where have you seen where there needs to be improvements made, or even just where the weakest aspect of marketing has been? So your strengths in your marketing campaign and the improvements.
So I would say, honestly, when it comes to marketing, my best marketing has been word of mouth. It has been me being out there talking, doing pop-ups, me being like the face of my product. However, of course, that could be a weak part too, because it's like you can't do it all, right? But I would say on the social media end, that's something that now I have an intern, praise God. So I'm working on improving the social media end of things. My Instagram, I would say, at the start of my business was doing really good, and it did help with like the promotion because I had a kiosk my very first year, and I was actually paying someone to run my social media at the time. But through the journey, when life started lifing, and I had to start doing it myself, right? Because life be lifing sometimes. Life be lifing. So now I feel like I am able to get in a better marketing space moving forward to improve on my social media presence. Definitely on the email marketing. That's something that I would say I'm not gonna say I almost like forgot about, but with all the things that would be on my mind, it was like the last thing. So
Right.
yeah, but now I definitely have been utilizing my contacts because I have a lot of contacts within my customer base. So just utilizing that
Right.
now.
Well, and the other thing too is just it's the digital marketing realm in general. It's just so it changes so fast,
Yes.
and it can be a very fickle thing too. And I mean, if we get into the realm of social media, I mean,
It's
there's
a different trend every.
yeah, and not only that, but so when I started my business, so as of July 6th, I have now 9 years of being in business. So thank you, appreciate it. I'll insert in applause.
Right, got to.
But I started out doing social media marketing, but this was at a time. So this was in circa 2016.
Yeah.
You didn't have Snapchat. You didn't have TikTok. You didn't have all of these other platforms that it was either Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and even the short form video wasn't a thing yet. Like you didn't have reels, you didn't have stories,
Right.
you didn't have that. So it was more manageable at the time, looking back. And not only that, but it was, you could post a couple, like twice a week and you'd be okay. But now, I mean, you almost have to post
Almost every day.
almost. Well, and see, that's the other thing. It's such
Every other day.
yeah. Well, see, I'm of the firm belief of I'm a quality over quantity type of a person.
Yeah.
So, so fast forward to present day, I got out of doing daily social media. If I do any social media, it's going to be the paid ad campaigns because that's a whole different animal, which I can go in, customize, through Meta, and look at where we need to target your business, set up the carousel of like the high quality media, and then once it's out there, and then I just monitor it from afar with the insights and all that, and that's that. So but then the video production has been the biggest one. Video production, podcast production, because video it's here to stay. It's here to stay. And not only that, but now short form videos, even, that's the norm now.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do longer form, then, might as well get a YouTube channel started.
Right.
So these were things that just were going through my brain at the time. And I'm just like, man, because I get people asking me all the time, like, what should I be? Like, what should I do? And I'm like, well, what do you as the creator, as the business owner, like, where do you see your biggest target audience at?
Right.
And then we kind of just start from there. So no, in a nutshell, social media,
Right. I'm learning to love it. I'm learning to work towards like building that relationship with it though, because it's like, hey, I gotta do it.
right.
I'm gonna do it.
yeah, I mean, and I say it's a necessary thing now.
Yes.
I mean, you kind of have to have it. And I mean, I've gone on record stating this many a time. And if I didn't do what I did, and I didn't have my company, like I would have been off social media a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just gotten to a point where it's like you don't know if what you're looking at is credible or if it's just something that someone just kind of just put out there.
Or these days, you don't know if it's AI. Like, is that a person?
Yeah. I feel like I've done okay being able to spot what's AI, but there's on occasion there is that one or one or two videos I watch that look so real, and then I'm like, oh wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so emails, social media. So yeah, those are good. Those are good starts, So
Yes.
I mean, I think that's they're important. You do need to have those integrated into your everyday campaign at some point.
Absolutely. Yes.
So and then so you mentioned word of mouth, which is interesting because I'm the same way as well. So for you, is it like going to networking groups? Is it going to like evening mixers and events, and just just the basic human connection of just face-to-face interaction, really, right?
Yeah, so I would say it definitely started with doing pop-ups. So it was a period of time I was doing pop-ups like every weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday pop-up. Um, and I would say that's where majority of my like traffic and picking up customers at that point, and supporters. However, then that kind of became a lot because originally I had my sister helping me, but then she had my TT baby. She ended up getting pregnant, and then she went back to work. So around that process being by myself, it was a lot trying to go out. Not only am I making the product, but now I gotta go and carry all of this stuff set up. It was just like a bit much. So then I had to scale back from that, and I started to go into like more networking events where I'm just talking to people, passing out my card, having samples of my product, where then that way I have it in my trunk. So if you like it, I got it back here, pop the trunk real quick. So that became a lot easier for me. So, but now I'm in a space where it's like, okay, I'm working towards the licensing because now I want to have that space where, hey, I can tell people my products is inside of my ears. It's inside of Whole Foods. You can go pick it up because then the traffic is already there.
Right. Yeah, and then it's a balance thing, right?
Yes.
So just being able to know how to, and that honestly, that there, and this is the thing, I think that even like when you're in school, they don't teach you this. It's something you just gotta just experience for yourself, and especially being the only one, in it, and thankfully you have your intern for the time being, but there's a period where they won't be there, and then now it's back to you. So as someone who's been doing their own thing for 9 years now, it's like just finding that balance. And honestly, I think it's so important for business owners, entrepreneurs to set boundaries too.
Yes.
Like set those boundaries.
You gotta have the healthy
boundaries. You gotta have it, because if you don't, then you're just gonna drive yourself insane. Absolutely drive yourself insane.
Yes.
So we're gonna get into the next portion of this program, and so I'm a Star Wars guy.
Okay.
So we've been going through the light side, so now we're gonna go to the dark side.
Okay. Yin and yang.
yeah, that too. Yeah, that worked too.
Yes.
So my first dark side question for you, Shanelle. Tell me something about what you do that you do not like, and why.
I do not like making products.
What? What?
I've gotten to the space where I'm like, I just want somebody else to do it. I absolutely love the fact that I have created multiple amazing products, but I have made so many that now I'm in a space where I just don't want to do it anymore. I want to go and find a manufacturer who can do these things. I give over the recipe, I give over the SOPs, and now someone else can do it, because I enjoy the meditation, the teaching how to breathe, let's zen for a moment, versus having to make the product. So yes.
Okay.
I know you wasn't expecting that one.
I really was not expecting that.
Yes.
Wow. Well, okay. So let's say you give it to a you have a manufacturer that's gonna create the product. Well, who's to say? Now, again, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Come on, let's
talk
about it. Let's talk about it.
See, you're a Leo. I'm an Aries, so fire sign.
Yeah,
We get it. We get it.
Yes, absolutely.
So you take it to a manufacturer, but then they try and put their own twist and spin on it, or it's not exactly how you had created it. Now the product is potentially compromised. So then what?
So at that point, I still have now in that process, because I'm in phase 1, that goes along with phase 2, but I still have the control of what that is gonna look like still before the product go out there. So I'm not gonna have nothing that I'm not approving that has my name on it. to go out. So I feel as though, like, in that case, it's still going to be an amazing product, and I have all faith in that. It's going to taste amazing, and most of all, it's going to have the benefits that is needed when people are having a sea moss lemonade or the sea moss gel. All these different things. It's not too much switching up you can do on regular sea moss though, because it's just like, hey, I'm going to be very specific about the ingredients though, because this is a health and wellness business. So I'm not trying to have no extra.
Yeah, you don't want to compromise the overall health benefit by adding in something that could potentially be
hazardous.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form. So that is something that, like, when it comes to that portion of things, once I make it there, I'm going to be very stern.
Okay.
And make sure I'm very clear what that looks like when my products go on the shelves.
See, I like that. I like
yes. that. So, because we ain't finna play no games with them, okay? We're not about to play no games.
No. Well, and plus, I mean, that's your name. Like, that's your name that's being put out there. So it's like, it's like me, like, whenever I do, like, a video for someone or come up with a piece of media, like, I never want it to be a half-ass product.
Exactly.
Because if it is, then clearly there's something that, either I did wrong or something that went awry with the technology or the setting. And I never want to just be like, okay, I got my payment later, you deuces, It's just like, no, it's just like, hey, this didn't turn out the way I think it should, and it didn't. I don't think it showcased you in all of the glory that you and your company stand for. So let's just do it again. So I get it.
And I also, just to like add to, like, I feel like the intentions behind even like my labeling and everything, like, it's going to be set intentions on that product, and that's just making sure that it's providing the nutrients, the overflow of abundance for health for that person. So I'm gonna have intentions on there and everything, so they can read it beforehand, and y'all better set the intentions before y'all get to drinking.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Again, I like that. So you maybe answered this one a little bit beforehand, so forgive me, but so far of running your business, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, what has been one of the most challenging aspects of running your own company?
Honestly, I would say the journey of really understanding how to manage the financial portion of things, how to properly pay yourself, what that looks like when it comes to budgeting. So for me, when I first started, I just went into it, I didn't have an example or anyone to, a mentor or anybody to help me through, entrepreneurship. So for me, I didn't know how the bank accounts was supposed to be. I did have a separate bank account, but I'm not understanding how to properly, like, whether that was pay myself or allocate certain funds into certain areas. Honestly, majority of the money was going right back into the business before I was even paying myself. So it became tough, especially when I'm used to having this consistent income. Now it's like, how do I balance still running a business but then paying myself and then trying to add employees? And it just got overwhelming, honestly. And then especially once I ended up, by myself after my sister left, it was just kind of like,
Oh yeah.
So that was, I would say, like, the toughest thing, like, because the last 2 years we did have a decline with, like, our sales and everything, but I feel like we said, life was life, and it's just trying to work through and figure out how to excel through that. But we're on the up and up, I must say.
Write-offs. That's all I'm gonna say is write-offs.
Exactly. Right. And then, but that was a whole thing, because then I had a tax situation where, we trusted people to do our taxes one way, but then they filed it the wrong way, and Then I had to go back and get them all redone, but then trying to communicate with this person, it was just like, okay, who can I trust? But then
Yeah.
now, do I need to go to school to figure out, like,
No,
how I gotta figure
no.
it just got ridiculous, like, and it's like when you trust it in people who you think, is doing the right thing by your business, but then it's not on the other end. It's kind of like, okay, who do you turn to? And
Yeah.
where do you go from here?
Yeah, honestly, the numbers, it just stresses me out just in general.
Yes.
Numbers. Like, math was always, like, my weakest subject in school. And, I'm very fortunate to have a wonderful accountant and tax accountant that, like, takes good care of me. Like, will tries to give me, like, the biggest breaks as much as possible, and I feel, and I've been with them now for a few years, so it's like having that safety net, like, you gotta have that. So yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, so
really
to not have that is just like, oh man, like, because I showed them I don't want no IRS coming to my door.
Right.
Like,
yeah, no, especially not in these times.
Exactly. Absolutely not.
No.
So yes, I would say that has definitely been the biggest challenge with kind of overcoming.
Okay. So my next dark side question for you.
Let's go for it.
I love it. You're just like diving head first into this.
Yeah,
I love it.
You got to.
All right. Let's say a giant if, but let's just say if Lilli Ann's were to go out of business and cease to exist, what does Shanelle do as her plan B, or what's the backup plan if I'm going to say big if something were to go awry with the company and then you couldn't run it anymore?
So we would say, because I'm multi-talented, I have multiple different businesses outside of Lilli Ann's.
Okay.
So I'm also a doula.
And what is that exactly?
So a doula is a beautiful spirit who assists mothers during childbirth. So I advocate for moms during childbirth, whether it's an at-home birth or in the hospitals. I help to make sure the environment is how mom and dad wants it. Yes, and just make sure I've learned multiple different techniques and things to do to help move baby along the journey, to help mentally prepare mom for delivery, and to help after with postpartum as well. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's something that I really enjoy doing. I haven't recently because I've been full force with Lilli Ann's.
Right.
But I've done about 5 births total.
Wow.
Since last year, yes.
When did you start doing that?
Last year, I graduated from my program in June of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
wow.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think I remember you mentioning that, but I wasn't really entirely sure like what that was, and plus we were in such a crowded environment. Like I didn't, it wasn't like, oh, can you further expound upon that?
Yeah.
And it just wasn't that. Just at that point in time, it was just okay. We had to get to the next individual to talk about their business. So it's just like, so yeah, I've been that was one thing I had been meaning to get with you about. So I'm like, now I know. So oh wow, okay, yeah. Well, that's got to be a humbling and rewarding experience.
It is. It's I would say it definitely takes a lot. It takes a special person, number one, to be able to be in a space and help to set the tone for the environment across the board. It takes a lot of energy, and that's something where I had to realize that I need my cup to be overflowing to be able to actively work in that space, because like one of the experiences just being in the hospital, it was tough because when you looking at things from a systematic aspect, they want money. So they gonna come in, they trying to get C-sections, they trying to, get you to get different shots and all these things. But if you're dealing with a mom who really wants to go the most natural way as possible, but you don't want mom to stress, you have to be that middle person to stop all these. One time I had to say, not one person needs to walk in this room without reading a birth plan. Like, we not doing all this extra stuff. Don't come in here. Less interruptions. You have to just really be on it, because if a mom don't have that support, they come in and sometimes you end up C-section, and sometimes C-sections don't even be necessary. You gotta allow baby time to move in position. It's just a lot of aspects that plays a part in that I feel is not looked at in the medical field sometimes. But that's a deep topic there.
Yeah, no, we can talk about that another time.
Yes.
Yeah, all I can say is I am truly grateful to have the anatomy that I have, and because I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't.
I don't know how I don't even have kids.
Yeah,
yet, so
I'm just like, yep, okay. Like
Yes.
I just let them do their thing, and that's that. And plus, I know childbirth, it can be a wonderful thing, but it also can be very stressful.
Yes, it definitely can. It can be really stressful, especially for the dads. They be in there about to pass out.
Dads' lives matter too.
I know. Look, that's why I be in there. Everybody just breathe.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And see, knowing me, I'd be that. I'd be eating I'd be eating my snack. You're doing great, babe.
Right from the sideline.
Yeah,
you got it.
I'm here for you.
Nah, I be getting the dads active though. You gotta get in there. I need you rubbing mama's back. I need you helping with that process.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So eating the chips, you gotta put them down.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. He said, I'm not gonna call you.
You're like, nurse.
right. Get her out of here.
Oh my god, no, that's too funny. Okay, so a doula. All right, now we know, folks. See, we learn things. We learn new things on this show. So now we know what that is, and it's not for the faint of heart, but like you said, it takes a certain individual. Certain kind of person to do that, and so I'm glad it's you and not me. So
absolutely right, absolutely.
So my last dark side question I have for you before we go back into the light, are you into music at all?
Yeah, I like music.
Okay. Are you familiar with blues music and any blues artists?
Not in particular, but I do like different types of music.
All right. So there is a blues artist. He is revered as one of the greatest, and for basically being the reason rock and roll exists and has. He's been revered by many, from Eric Clapton to John Mayer to Buddy Guy, B.B. King, all of them. He is the one. So his name is Robert Johnson, and he was from the Mississippi Delta. And I'll make this real brief. I know I draw the story out sometimes, but it's just so fascinating. But so not much is known about him. But what we do know is that he had a very cryptic kind of a existence. So the tale goes that. Before he became who he was and being a prodigy and playing the guitar and doing things that literally would require two players, but it was just one guy. He happened to, on his way back, be walking down a path in the Mississippi Delta, and he came up to a crossroads, and there's a famous Cream made it very popular, their rendition, but his version is I prefer his version. I love the Cream version, but so the tale is that he comes to this crossroads and he has his guitar with him in his case, and this individual happens to see him and goes, "Hey, do you need your guitar tuned? Because I can tune it for you." And so he goes, "Yeah, sure." So he ends up tuning it, and while he's tuning it, he goes, "After I tune this for you, your skill set's gonna just go through the roof. Like you're gonna be something else." Mm-hmm. So he tunes it, and then doesn't think much of it. Right after that, he literally becomes he's Robert Johnson, like known all over throughout the South and then the Delta and all that, playing all these clubs, these huge joints, and just wowing everyone. Well, one night he decides that because he did like to spend some time with the female counterparts,
Absolutely.
but it turns out that one of them, this one particular female, ended up already being in a relationship and or was married, and he got a drink from the bar and he was poisoned and keeled over. That was that.
Oh man.
So yeah, right.
Over some coochie.
You might be one of my favorites. I'm just saying. Wow.
Hey, y'all gotta watch out now.
So the tale is that when he got that guitar tuned, it wasn't just any individual. It turns out that guitar and that individual that tuned his guitar ended up being the devil himself, because it is said that at that moment in time when he was at the crossroads, he made a deal with the devil. Well, the devil's deal was, I'll tune your guitar and you become one of the greatest players of all time, but it comes with a price. The devil always will collect his pay in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. So my question to you, Shanelle, if the devil were to offer you a proposal and the devil were to say, "Shanelle, I could make you and Lillian's health and wellness one of the greatest, if not the greatest health and wellness company to ever exist. You would have clients that could span all throughout the entire world. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. You would be set for life, and you'd be living high. Everything would be fine. However, that does come with a price." So Robert's price was his own life, but it doesn't just go with your own life. It could affect those around you. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be whatever it is. But you would have all the riches in the world. You would be set for life. You wouldn't have to worry about anything ever again. Does Shanelle take the deal from the devil?
Shanelle Lillian Johnson makes no deals with devils, okay? Because Lillian's is already the greatest. Listen, we just waiting for the time to catch up. Like, for me, I am a very spiritual, I would say, person, and I don't any devil-like energy. I'm very intuitive. I just don't fool around with it. I don't care what, it can provide in my life. I'm not a materialistic type of person, because I feel like happiness is within, not based on where I live or the clothes that I have or having the Chanel bags and all these things. I don't care about a lot of those things. Now, don't get me wrong. When the time comes, I am going to get me one. But it's not something that is like number one on my list. So no, I'm not making no deals with the devil. I'll leave that to other people.
Leave that to the others.
Leave that to the others, yes.
Yeah, leave that to the other heathens.
Okay, leave that. Praise God. Okay, praise God.
Yeah, that's her insurance policy.
Yeah, okay, that's my insurance. Praise God. We ain't gonna worry about no devil-like energy now. I'm too protected for that.
Oh, that's funny. Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations. You made it through. So that ends the dark side portion. Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. It wasn't so bad. So we have now officially concluded the dark side portion of the show. Yeah, and the thing is like I like asking those types of questions because I feel like you have to have a balance, right?
Yeah.
You can't, everything can't be all good, because I'm one of those people where it's like if I notice like something or someone is like too happy, that makes me like irritated. It's like there has to be a way to break you, and like nothing is perfect. So like
nothing is perfect.
No, and that's the thing. It's like I think that's
but
what
shit,
it is.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. No, it's my show. Go ahead.
Right, but I feel like shit. Life be lifing enough.
Right. Yeah. But it's just like I need that balance, right? I need that balance from you. Not you, but you have it. But like just in general, it's just like because like I don't know, it's just annoying. So it's like how am I gonna what's your tipping point? Let's test the waters.
Yeah.
So okay. So going back to Lilli Ann's and all that wonderful stuff. So for you, and maybe we covered this a little bit before, so forgive me. Was it always in the cards for you? Was it a dream for you to want to be an entrepreneur and run your own business, or did it just happen?
I feel like I've always had a hustle mentality, I must say. Because even like I got my first job when I was 14 and I was working in a hair salon. So I was even exposed to entrepreneurship then, however, not even paying attention to it, I guess. I was just at the time just being a kid. Oh, I can make some money. You know, I'm going to do it because I was one of those. I'm taking driver's training at 14 and 8 months.
Oh, wow.
I paid, you know, I had half to get me a new car, like, you know, by the time I was 16. So I was always one of those, like, I know what I want, so I'm hustling to get it. In college, I did hair. That's how I paid my rent. So I guess the entrepreneur spirit has always been a part of me, but not realizing what all came along with it. Because when I was in school, back to back, because I literally was in school all my life pretty much until I finished my master's, because I went straight after my bachelor's, literally graduated in May, went right and got my master's, starting in August.
You didn't even take a break. You didn't even breathe.
Yeah, I went to Jamaica for a week and
wow.
then came back and got ready for my master's. And I went straight into it, finished that, and it was like after that I'm like, well, what do I do? And then I went straight into a job, right?
Yeah.
So it was just one of those, like, I did that portion though and I tell them, they be thinking I'm crazy sometimes, but I did that for my parents because essentially that's what they wanted to see me do, you know, to go to school, to graduate, get a good job. But then I literally did have a dream and in my dream, Lilli Ann's, that's how I came up even with my business name and all of it. And for me, like I told you, like I'm intuitive. So when I had that dream to start it, I literally woke up and started my business. Did I imagine what it was going to become? I had no clue. But along this way, I'm like, I'm here now. But yeah, when you got faith and you just kind of lead by that, everything else fall in place.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's interesting? Yeah, so like always having. So you brought up a really good, many good points, but one of them that I want to highlight here is always having that entrepreneur spirit and that drive. So, and I think it's so important that I think now again running my own business, you running your own company, you know. It just seems like you either have it or you don't.
Yes, because it ain't for everybody.
No, it's not. And like I did the 9-to-5 thing for a very brief period. I hated it. Yeah. But so at that point, it was like I knew I needed to do something different. I couldn't keep going down the path I was going because I was not a very good boy at that point.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, I gotta do something different, because if I don't, then the path I'm going down right now is only gonna get worse. Yeah. And who knows where I'll be? Who knows if I'll even make it 5 years? Right. You know, so, but you know, I think sometimes though, and I used to be very much more closed-minded, especially when I was in my early mid 20s. You know, I used to think that, oh, if you had a 9 to 5, then like you're just settling, and it's like that isn't necessarily the case.
True, yeah.
Some people need that. Some people need to have that structure, and while it's all fine and dandy, you know, like okay, sure, you might get benefits, you might get, you know, whatever the case may be, but you know, it's just that's it, you know. And I've known way too many people growing up, and even like in my own peer circle, like sometimes they're just like, yeah, it works, it's fine, and it's just like, dang, like I never want to have that statement come out of my mouth. You know, like it's either gonna be, oh, work's doing great, like I'm building up more business, I got new clients, or it would be, man, it's kind of tough right now, you know. Like, and I've had to have those conversations before with like friends and family. It's like, what am I going to do? You know, and that's the thing. It's like, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to get this back to where it needs to be? Because at the end of the day, as the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, okay. So, beautiful. So, you always had the entrepreneur spirit.
Yes.
And so, when you are not doing the entrepreneur boss thing and running your company, what does Shanelle enjoy doing in her spare time? What are some of your favorite hobbies and activities?
I like to travel.
Really?
I'm a travel girly. Yes. So I enjoy traveling. I love being by water. I love cruises. So I've been out the country multiple times, plan on heading on out again very soon. I've kind of took a step back to focus in on my business, but the travel is coming soon.
Okay.
Very soon. But I'm doing a little in-state travel for my birthday coming up. So I leave on the 1st to go to DC, and then from DC I'm going to Chicago, and then I'll be back here.
Okay.
So yeah. So outside of that, I love to just go by the water. I like to meditate by the water, go have food, just chill, relax. I love to go fishing with my dad. I enjoy going shopping with my mom and my sister and my TT babies. I'm big on family, so I enjoy spending time with my family, playing games, talking, catching up on things, going to concerts. Like, I like to just have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like to try different type of like vegan restaurants.
Okay.
So I actually one time drove from California here, and each state I stopped at, I tried different vegan restaurants. So it was really fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one vegetarian dish that I tried a couple of times, and it actually I didn't think it could work. I did not think it could work. You know, because I like steak, I like pork, I like chicken, like I got
said all of the above.
Yes, fish, all of it. Like I can never give
that up. Occasionally, I'm a pesca vegan, is what I call it.
Okay.
I need to add it to the dictionary.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I have some fish every now and again.
So one week, for a week, my family wanted to try like some like vegetarian type of dishes, and one of them was cauliflower steak. And I was like, the fuck? Like, you can't. What the hell?
What the hell?
Like this shit don't work. No, like
it's not me. Like,
yeah. So I found a recipe, and I followed it to the T, and by God, it was so good.
I know it was.
It was so good, and I was like, not bad,
Yeah.
And so now, and not only that, but even just like, because like growing up, like I grew up eating like medium well steaks and like meat that was just like you might as well just be chewing on like your leather bag, like like it's just so you know what? Honestly, that's a form of child abuse.
Yes, chewing on your leather bag is.
Yeah, like that's child abuse.
And the fact that you let it go down your throat. And,
well, we didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. I was a
Right.
child.
I know. That's so sad.
It is. Trust me. I had over 18 years of it. It's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Nobody.
Yeah, no. So, but yeah, so I tried this. So this dish was just absolutely amazing, and so we wanted to try different things, and realizing that you can doctor up your vegetables. I love adding different seasonings and spices, things of that nature, because like, again, I grew up in a very plain Jane type of eating, scenario, eating habits. So it's like now I'm the captain now. So it's just like I'm
the captain of this shit.
Yeah, that's right. So it's like, so now I can experiment more. I can try new things. I can have, do different recipes and make different marinades and spreads, and it's it's the best.
Yeah,
it's the best.
Really good.
So, and you're a water girl, you said. So
Yes.
you like being on the water, near the water,
anywhere by water, especially being a fire sign.
Yeah,
'cause I'm like always super fiery.
Yeah.
I have to go buy some water to help like balance me out sometimes.
Yeah,
because a lot of times I'm like on the go. So I'll be needing that Zen.
Yeah, no, I 1000% hear you. We my family this season we got an RV, we got a camper, so we keep it up just about 45 minutes north, and we have it's a private campground, so, and it's got its own lake, and I gotta tell you, because it's gonna get hot again, when it gets like really like thick, and like you can feel the heat entering your lungs. There's nothing like going into that lake on that beach and just chilling
Cooling
out.
Off, yes.
Yeah, no, it's the best.
Yes.
And you just get to unwind. You just kind of get to kind of do all the things.
Absolutely.
So
love a good unwind.
Oh, a good what?
Unwind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Say wind down.
Yeah. So okay, so let's go into meditation here for a minute, because I have tried doing. Help me, Shanelle. Help me figure out meditation.
Me on my journey.
Like help me figure this out, because I can't seem to get it.
Get it? Okay, so I'm gonna say honestly, it was tough for me when I first started. I was actually living in California at the time, and I'm like, okay, I got to get my mind right. I was trying to, work on going within, but every time I would meditate, I would either fall asleep or I would drift off into multiple different thoughts.
Yeah.
But what honestly really started helping me, I started to journal beforehand. So I started to brain dump, is what I like to call it. So I would write everything down that I'm thinking at the moment, like any stressors, anything I want to release, like whatever has been heavy on my mind, I would write it all out. And it wouldn't have to make sense or nothing. I'm just getting it out of my head. Just doing that started to help me to be able to actually get more in tune with the meditative space. I did start off with more like guided meditation by it's an artist. His name is Londrell. He has an app. It's called Eternal Sunshine. And that app really helped to get me started with meditation, because he does it's multiple different guided meditations on there where he guides you through how to you just focus on what it is that he's saying. You focus on the breath, you really focus on the breathing part of things. And once I realized that the meditation is really just based on being in the present moment, that put things in perspective for me. Whether that's just taking 5 minutes to just focus on your feet in that moment, don't think about nothing else but wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold again. And once I just realized, okay, I have to give myself that space and that time to just focus on one thing. Once I did that, it started to, and you start to actually incorporate it daily, you'll get better, and you'll be able to meditate longer. You'll be able to, really dig deep and get answers to things when you are in that meditative space. Because I done came up with a lot of things afterwards. I'll be having a journal, because when I clear my mind and stuff, it helps me to get clarity on a lot of things as well.
Yeah. Now, one thing I've heard, now this is like this is like on the extreme end of the spectrum, but are you familiar with ayahuasca?
Yes.
Okay. So I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
And I in particular, like some of the more podcasts that are hosted by comedians. There's one in particular. He talked about it for a while. He helped. I think he was a co-creator for Chappelle's show, Neil Brennan, and he was saying about his experience with ayahuasca, because he did it, and he was like, I saw God, I met God. He's like, God is real, and like he was a individual that was very atheist, and he's just like going through that experience. He's like really just like,
opening up.
Yeah, and see my counter will be like, dude, that's the drug. Like you didn't really see that. Like your mind would probably, the brain's a very weird thing. The brain is a very complex. It's a very complex organ. Yeah. We still don't know like a good chunk of what the brain's full capabilities can be. For sure. So it's just like very interesting stuff. So but yeah, so there's that. One of my really good friends from college, he struggled with some mental health issues, but he was mentioning how he was like, they were looking to just do microdoses of like mushrooms and how that could help, and I was like, interesting.
There are studies out there.
Yeah, and now that the green is fully legal,
and they hit right. Cheers! Now you need to add an applause.
Yeah. See, just getting the vibe of the show. It's just like, okay, that.
Yeah, shrooms is they headed there.
And see, I've never done it because I was always afraid of the bad trip.
If you're afraid of the bad trip, you'll have one. I feel like your intentions behind. Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
My opinion when it comes to mushrooms is nowadays you have people, and it's just like how we started, where people are misusing it. Where you taking it and thinking that you can go out and have a good time and your energy is being heightened. So whatever it is that you're feeling in the inside or whatever it is just going to be enhanced. So you have to, my opinion, the best way to go on a shroom trip is to be intentional, number one, about why you're going on it, because it can take you really deep within. Yeah. For you to get clarity on a lot of things within yourself. You can go as far back as your childhood. Many different things from that. So yeah, I have had shrooms before. Okay, yeah. I've experienced it, but I've had unintentional trips and I've had intentional. Right. And I see the major difference between the two.
Yeah. And see, I think my thing too, and I did hear this as well, like if you have that one, like the sober buddy, that's there, that they can kind of help ground you. Yeah. That always is a big factor in not having the bad trip as well. Like if you have someone
if you have somebody that's definitely, you have some people who actually do, because I've sat with people during their trips before just to help to guide them, but you definitely want to be cautious of the energy that you have around you when you do it, because understand that once again, you're going to go into a heightened space where you are going to see things, and you don't want to be sitting here with somebody who, who energy ain't right. And now you're exposed to, thoughts and things, and it could put you in a space where it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's just my thing, because like I've done the green before, and that's
it's a total different.
yeah, it's totally
Yeah,
different.
it's totally-
I know it's a totally different.
Yes.
Apples to
yes.
oranges, wheat to mushrooms.
Yes,
You know?
okay, because listen, we honestly, even like, I love a good sativa creative. That's how I done came up with, listen, I made my own website, my business cards, my, like, everything that was created was off me just getting in tune with
Getting
having
right.
a little edible, taking a little half a piece with a
I
half
love
CBD,
it.
and
I
I
love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, you're in a creative space.
Yeah, yeah, and playing music while
Yes, I love some good music. Yes.
Oh my god,
yes.
yeah, just get the guitar and just start just to start noodling around. And I'll never forget, probably one of my everyone laughs about this. So my so this one band that I formed and what have you, like we were in a rehearsal, and I just did like just a small little bit of an edible or whatever, but the drummer was he was big into all of that, and he was a guy, he did dabs. So he would do like 3 or 4 of them. Like he was.
I had one and I thought I was finna die. This was back in my college days, though. I said, "Oh, never."
Yeah.
Never.
So like he's kind of like my grounded individual during this whole thing, and we were taking a break during our rehearsal, and like I'm feeling it, like it's hitting, and
the moment you realize the edible kicked in.
Oh yeah. Oh, I sure did.
Yeah.
And so we're back in the basement. It's just he and I, and like he notices, and I'm kind of just like standing, and I'm just kind of have this like, and he's just like, "Hey, do you feel like you really don't know what you want to do right now?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "I know that feeling, man." He's like, "You know what? Want to just jam?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I just pick up the guitar, turn on my amp, and he gets on the kit. And I remember the guys came back downstairs, and we played. I literally did a 15, 20 minute just intro guitar solo for I Shot the Sheriff.
Oh, wow. Hey, I shot the sheriff, but I did.
Yeah, we didn't even get to that because I was just doing this whole like intricate intro. I'm like, I'm feeling it, but it's just what the doctor prescribed,
Yeah, exactly.
So it was playing music while high is, I recommend it. But okay, well, I have learned so much. God, we could keep going, but couple more questions I have for you before I let you go. Probably this is one of the most important questions of all time. How can people contact and get a hold of you? Contact Lillian's Health and Wellness. Do you have a website? Do you have an email? Do you have a phone number? Social media? Now's the time to plug all of the things on Lillian's.
Yes, said we're gonna do a call to action, right?
I love it.
Yes, so my Instagram and Facebook is Lillian's LLC, which is LILLIANS LLC. And then I also have my website where you can find all my products, and it's www.LILLIANSLLC.com. So across the board is Lillian's LLC. And actually I think Facebook is Lillian's LLC, but then it has CMOS, but you'll see me on there. Yes, and you'll see the logo. And then I also have an upcoming event, which is going to be August 10th. And it is a Sunday Fun Day backyard cookout, and it's going to be at Featherstone Garden, which is right downtown. It's 600 Plum Street, which is right across from MGM parking structure. We're going to have the bounce houses out there. We'll have free food for the kids. We'll have artists performing. We have different vendors that's going to be out there, face painting. It's just going to be a good, amazing vibe. So come on out to the event. And as well, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm working on the TikTok, so coming soon, right?
Lord.
That's what having an intern comes in handy,
Yeah.
right? So,
yeah. Oh yeah. They're
right. She
yeah,
over
they're
here
hip
like,
to all
yeah,
the
I need you to
trends.
do this dance. So I said, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you very much.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I believe that concludes this episode of Marketing Minds Meet. Shanelle, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time today, being on the program. I could talk to you for. I feel like I could talk to you for hours.
Yes. This is a great time. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. A good distraction,
Absolutely.
So, but that's gonna do it for this episode of Marketing Minds Meet. Once again, I am Walter Hooper, your host of the program, owner of WA Hooper Marketing. Also, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, WA Hooper Marketing. Click that notification bell, so then that way you can get all things Marketing Minds Meet, WA Hooper Marketing video content. And we're just thrilled to just have this program still be a thing, and we want to have it continue to grow. Thank you to everyone that supported my business and me throughout these past 9 years now, which is wild to think about that this happened. This all started 9 years ago. So thank you so much, everyone that's been with me through this journey, and continues to support. You know who you are. And with that being said, we'll catch you on the next episode. Have a good one.